Well, alrighty everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, so let me ask you something. Do you know English, but when you speak, it comes out really slow? Like your brain is really fast, but your mouth is kind of lagging. You can't really think of the right word at the right time. Well, that used to be me. And then I realized something about myself. I wasn't slow or anything in English. I was thinking too much. Before every sentence, I was checking everything, in my head, like whether I'm using the right word, whether my grammar is correct, or if I sound really wrong. And by the time I finish thinking, the moment is gone, and the conversation is already over. And that's what made me really slow in the past. Well, that moment is called the key realization. It's like, that's the only time you realize what's wrong with your learning pattern, like your language pattern, the way you're doing it. So here's the truth that I've learned. Speaking fast in English, it's not about vocabulary, it's not about grammar, it's about the speed of decision. All right? Fast speakers don't think of the best sentences, they just use the usable sentences. I mean, it's kind of like you can say something in a really, what do you call it? Like in really complex English, but it doesn't mean it's gonna make you smart. It doesn't mean it's gonna make you fluent in English, right? You can use simple words, simple sentences, yet sound like a native, and yet you can sound like you have a really good communication skill because you're consistent. All right. All right. Now let's do something interesting. All right. What if someone asks you, "How was your day?" Well, most people try to build up a really perfect sentences up in their head, and I used to do that too. Now I just try to sound really natural. To be honest, I would just say, "It was okay, pretty busy, not that bad." That's it. Just two words or maybe like three words. That's it. How was your day? Well, not bad. It was pretty good. It was okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. And that's it. Just try to keep it short, simple, yet sound really natural. And that's going to make you sound really fast because you didn't build up a complex sentence up in your head. You just said something which is really understandable, yet really easy. All right? And here's this quote that I really like. It says, "Speed comes from simple choices, not complex choices." Right? So what really helped me the most with this habit is that I stopped correcting myself while speaking. If something came out wrong, I didn't stop. I just spoke, I just continued. Whether or not it's wrong, nobody cares because you're trying to have a conversation, all right? The key thing is that you got to be consistent, all right? You can't really think about, whether or not if I'm wrong and stop right there and then, try to think about some other sentence like a complex sentence. Well, that kills the fluency. It also kills the speed, all right? So I think having the flow is the most important thing than having accuracy, all right? If you want to speak English fast, remember this, fast English is not perfect English. And let me tell you something really interesting. You got to change this mindset, right? If you want to speak English fast, always remember this. Fast English is not perfect English. Fast English is confident English. People understand confidence, right? It doesn't matter how fast you are, how much words you can use, like complex words. It's not going to help unless you're really confident, right? So you got to be really confident. And when you're having a conversation as a beginner, well, nobody cares about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Even I'm making mistakes while making this video. I made a lot of mistakes. I probably must have made a lot of grammatical mistakes. Yeah, but yeah, you got to be confident. It's the most important thing. I'm trying to teach you guys something. I'm trying to tell you, the way I learned English, the way I did it. I'm trying to share my experience. That's it. And I think most people can understand. That's the most important thing. All right? All right, so here's what I want you to do today. Try this. Go ahead and answer these questions with short sentences. All right? Don't explain. Don't try to be accurate. All right? Just speak. And that's how I started speaking English faster. If this helped you, stay with me. We're learning this naturally step by step. Thanks for watching.